מערכת האלוהות, the godly system. It's an ancient book. It's an old midrash, a Kabbalistic teaching. The author of this wonderful book is hidden, is unknown, but the book itself is very famous. Means that many righteous people in later generation than the generation that it was written, read it, learned from it, confirmed its truthfulness and its perfect connection to our tradition, to the truth that's been exposed in different directions from different ways. And in the generation that that book was revealed out to the world, so there were horrible decrees of burning books by the church, by the decrees of the Pope in Italy. And therefore, a lot of the information that we have about this book is went lost, and we don't have all the information about its history because many books and maybe many of the original copies with the name of the author and on were taken away from us. But this is a known book and accepted by many righteous people, so there's no doubt that we can read from it and learn from it and count on its content and its greatness. So like always, the Torah is wider than the sea, and as much as you're going to learn and achieve and understand about it, you will never cover the tip of the iceberg of its knowledge and of its wisdom. So even though that a huge book here is written, and we're just gonna touch few lines and also gonna skip few words and also not gonna understand it fully, still we will enjoy great bounty that we would never enjoy if we wouldn't dare jumping into the deep water of Torah and secret. So first chapter, we're gonna read few lines from the first chapter about the system of godliness. Means how godliness works. What's going on? So the system of godliness is the existence of the faith in godliness. So for godliness to be revealed, there need to be an existence to its faith. Means you need to have people to believe in it. If there is a God, but he's unseen and unrecognized and unbelieved in, so it is as if there is no God, God forbid. Because it's like that there is a father, but he does not have no connection to his children. He's not able to see them, to support them, to love them, to share with them, or that they will do the same with him. So what exactly is his position as a father, if not nothing? It's just he lost his title by not having a child. So godliness revealing is when there are believers who are following its faith as it should be to his perfection. and like that it is the most suitable thing to believe in the perfection of faith. So, like that it's proper. It's supposed to be that way, that believers will believe in the Maker and that the Maker will receive his glory as he's supposed to. And also for us, it's a noble purpose. It's a good thing for us. It's like, for me, it's like it's sanity. It's like it's normal. Like you have a parent, so you won't like appreciate him as your parent. Like you won't be grateful to have him in your life. There is a Maker. Now, isn't it the most simple and basic and normal and understandable and fundamental thing that you will believe in him and follow him? Yeah, he made you. He created you. It's not like, oh yeah, he's here and now I can do whatever I like. No, he made you. There is a purpose to your existence. There are secrets and there's an essence to each and every organ. It's been created in a certain form with certain nature, with certain skills and powers and energy. It has missions and you just need to discover them, to find them, to understand them, and to use them properly. And that thing, שצריך כל בעל דתנו, that any one of our faith, of our religion, should have that complete faith, perfect and set faith in his heart, that there is an ancient one. Now he is starting to describe the faith. What is that faith? What do we supposed to believe in? Until now we said, yeah, there is a Maker and he is like should be believed, and it's the proper thing for us as well to believe in him. Okay, now what we believe in. Okay, what's the story? So he's explaining. The faith, first of all, should be very stable and strong and set in the heart, that there is an ancient one. Ancient, kadmon, means earlier than all, like first of all, before anything else. Kadmon, the word kedem is describing the most earliest situation that ever been exposed, and there is nothing earlier than that we can reach. So that's kadmon. Kadmon is most ancient. Mechadesh, and he is renewing, means that he is an active maker. He's creating the reality as we speak. He is renewing the stars now. He's renewing all particles of creation. He is reviving them. He puts life into them, puts color into them, puts smells into them. All their qualities and all their power are being renewed in any moment by the Maker that is establishing and holding and maintaining the creation to be as it is at its form in the present time. And he knows and supervising, and he can. Means that he knows everything, knows all. He didn't mention what he knows. He didn't say he knows what that is in your heart. He knows everything, even things that have not yet came into your mind. He knows that they're on the way. He knows everything, all the developments and all the delays, all the secrets and everything he knows. And he is supervising, again, with no subtitle to it, with no limitation to it, just that's what he is doing, supervising on what? On all. On every hair, on every crumb of bread, on any grain of sand in the sea, on any fish, on any animal, on any bird, on any human being, definitely, on the children of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, of course, most definitely, no doubt. On me, of course. On you, of course. Like, who can think differently? Anything. The problem that we are experiencing life in calamity, in chaos, is because of our distracted mind, is because of our lack of focus, because that our mind is so troubled that we don't catch the fact that there is someone standing by our side 24/7. Like, think about you going lost in your own home and looking to the sides and like being worried about things like, okay, where's the book? Where's my wallet? Where's my car keys? What happened? Like, where's my phone? Like, there are so many details that you're going to lose right now that you won't be able to pay attention to. Someone can talk to you, literally, someone can tell you, like, call you in your name, hey, and you won't be able to hear them. They will speak to you that, like, I got your glasses, like, you can't hear. You are so into looking for your glasses that you won't pay attention that they are on your head. That they are on your head right now while you're looking for your glasses. They are here on your head. And you, because of the pressure, because of the stress, you won't notice their existence. Now the Maker is here. He's surrounding and filling, he's reviving and supporting and building. And as we said, he is the source of our life. So like, we are alive because someone is putting life into our nose, into our lungs, into our mind. Someone is keep on pushing oxygen into our system. Someone is keep on pushing our blood to stream in its lanes and veins, and someone is making all the pumps work and all the system function. And who is it? What is it? It's not technology. You want to say it's nature? Nature can fail. You have a body that is made out of bags. All those bags, all those sacks, all the organs from inside of our bodies are all bags. They all have holes in both sides. They all contain liquids, and we're not being spilt. Like, you are a bag inside of a bag, inside of a bag, inside of a bag, hundreds of bags inside of one sack, all full of water, and it's holding itself somehow. Like, if there is no supervisor that is holding you tall, that is holding you strong and stiff in a way that you are containing that water and not spilt. So I don't know how to call it except for a wonder. It's like, it's a wonder. There is no way in the world that you can put bags of liquid inside of bags with liquid, surrounded with oily liquid. Everything is just like liquid and water, and it stands. It's impossible. That is one of the powers of the Maker, that he can put balance into your systems, that they will function in perfection, that they will function for 120 years. And he can what does he can? He can whatever he wants. He can. You might not for now, but you also can if you will connect yourself to the one that can. Means that you can hold yourself today, oh, today I'm poor, I don't have money. Okay, but if you're going to marry the billionaire, so now you're going to have money. If you're going to develop a business that's going to make tons of money, you will be able to. Like, today I'm sick, today I'm weak. Okay, but if you're going to take a rest and you're going to eat well and you're going to sleep well and you're going to take care of yourself, tomorrow you will be able to stand up back on your feet and function. He always can. You will be able, if you will connect yourself to source of life, to source of power, to source of energy. If you will work, if you will learn, if you will communicate, if you will pray. But for him, the ability that he has does not depend in his connection to something else. He can, as an individual, as his nature. That's his being. He's ancient, renewing, knowing, supervising, and he can do. So for me and for us, it's supposed to be a huge, great advice, like strengthening advice, like really source of inspiration, to realize that the maker, he can, even though that we spoke about it. You also ate yesterday, but you want to eat today something as well, right? But you ate already. No, but I need to renew my power. I also need to refresh my memory. We also need to talk about the things that we already learned and that we spoke about million times. In each day and each morning, we should remind ourselves the principles of faith, that we need to remind ourselves of our Maker and his power and our potential to connect with him and to bond ourselves to him and to enjoy his powers and to use our skills and our tools. And why do we need to renew and refresh our minds? Because that the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, the forces of darkness, are also not stopping to cover our eyes and to distract our thoughts and to block our hearts from realizing the potential, the great potential we have. So therefore, we need always to fight back. And to fight back mainly is by reconnecting ourselves to the principles and foundations of faith. So the Maker, he can, means that if I will connect myself to him, I will be able to do so as well. He will allow me to access his power. I will pray and my prayer will be answered. I will want and my will be important in his eyes to fulfill my dreams and to make them come true. And the existence of that faith, v'kiyum emunah zo, hu be'emunat haTorah kula. It's only when the person believes in the whole Torah. And now he is talking about written Torah and oral Torah, that they only together are the wisdom of the Torah in perfection. Because all the Torah that is written is being explained and revealed by the oral Torah and the holy sages. Must accept that. Must accept that if people who grew up in different cultures and for them the rabbinical authority, and I'm not talking about the modern rabbinical authority, I'm talking about the existence of righteous leaders to the nation of Israel. If that authority is not accepted, those people are like blind in the dark. You can go with a flashlight in your pocket, but you have no battery. You can have the book of all books and you don't know a thing and a half of a thing about it. Mitzvat tefillin, for an example, to put tefillin on the head like any Jewish man is doing, and all the people of Israel are supposed to do it on a daily basis. That mitzvah is being explained only by the sages, only by the rabbis. In the Torah, it's written, "Vehayu letotafot ben enecha," and they will be totafot between your eyes, and a mark, an ot, a sign, al yadecha, on your arm. Okay, so you should have a sign on your arm, and totafot, that is like a word that does not relate to anything that we're familiar with, like it's not common Hebrew. Oh yeah, totafot, I'm going to go bring my totafot. It's not exactly as it sounds to you in English. Totafot means nothing. That's how it sounds in Hebrew. It's a word, unique word that represents something. The sages explain to us that it's tefillin. Now, if someone going to come and say, okay, so it's not tefillin, he will come and say, okay, so it's like, I don't believe in that. That's not my faith. I do not follow, God forbid, the rabbinical wisdom. I'm not going after the sages. So for me, it's not tefillin. You know what you lost? You lost the crown of the king. The Zohar HaKadosh is saying that the tefillin are the kitra de malka, the crown of the king. The crown of the king, not similar to the crown of the king, the crown of the king. When you're wearing the tefillin, you're putting the crown of the king on your head, on your arm. The crown of the king, the Zohar Kadosh is saying. The honor and respect and appreciation, the admiration, the fear from heaven, the awe, the excitement that you should have just by having the opportunity to think about tefillin should be so enormous, should be so exciting for you that oh man, I have the opportunity to touch tefillin, I can think about tefillin, I can learn hilchot tefillin, the halakha, I have any connection to tefillin, thank you Hashem. I didn't even put it, thank you Hashem. To have that in mind, to discuss about the crown of we are talking about the Kitra de Malka, the crown of the king. For thousands of years, we can sit and discuss that crown. We're not talking about his shoes, not about his throne. Who can speak about his throne? We are talking here about the crown. That's how you're crowning him, by wearing the tefillin. All the Jewish rules of how to make tefillin, what to write, what to put inside of them, from which materials, how to tie them, in which form, in what way, in which process. All the details, to the tiniest details of them all, are only being explained and broken down by the sages. You don't follow them. Here you lost tefillin, there you lost Shabbat, here you lost kashrut, you lost everything. You lost every connection with Judaism. That's it. You don't have nothing. You have a book. Oh yeah, it's a very nice book. Oh, the Bible. Yeah, you can find it in any motel, on any hotel on the roads. No problem. Yeah, the Bible. How does it help you if you don't understand the meanings of those amazing, gigantic concepts that are life-changing? That's the meaning of the Bible, that it opens your eyes to understand things that are beyond your reach. Now, who will open your eyes except for someone that is wiser than you, that was connected to sages that were premier to you, earlier generations? People who were dedicated with all their hearts, people that were willing and able, that their heart was open wide to learn and to accept, and their lives were dedicated to that wisdom, to follow the Torah and to keep the mitzvot and to accept everything in tradition. And for us, everything is based on tradition. And the heretics are saying that the world is ancient and they're denying the maker. And they're saying, no, it's not him. It's not him who created the world. And they will start making up stories about a big bang and dinosaurs and meteorites, that any stories they today you have Star Wars series and the Avengers and whatever you want, Impossible Mission and any story. They also made up a story that they landed on the moon. They do whatever they want. They can make up and tell stories as if first man walking, Neil Armstrong walking on the moon. Yeah, tales. You can make up movies in Hollywood and in NASA with no problems. There's no problem to make movies, Disney movies. There's no problem to do so. So they made up fantasies and stories and theories. Yeah, the man was created, was made from forces of nature. This balance that we spoke about, all those different cells, all those amazing differences and changes between all species, that together creating the great balance of the world, while any kind of creation is giving something to the rest of the world. Bees are donating and supporting and giving so much to the world. the idiotic human being cannot know all those things without the wisdom of our sages. You would never know the power of the ant unless King Solomon will open it for you. You will never know the qualities and the character of a dog if you wouldn't hear about it from the sages. All those sages looked at things in such depth that today our modern wisdom is based upon that wisdom, even without us recognizing the source to all our wisdom. But if you're going to investigate a little bit and going to read and go back into the archives of the ancient Jewish bookcases, the treasure of our libraries, you will see the truth. You will see where it's all coming from. And you have the ones who are denying the existence of the fact that the Maker is renewing the world, and they will say, "Oh yeah, there is a God, but he doesn't know." And like anyone will make up a comfortable assumption, theory that will be okay for him. That like, as long as I'm not losing my position, there can be a God. I don't mind. Okay, those are not true believers. A true believer is someone who is throwing all his honor for the sake of his faith and is willing to die and is not afraid to be sacrificed for the truth of his faith. Will cross the water and cross the desert and cross the fire and the air without doubting the importance of his mission, and will go and bring more people to his faith and will help more people to recognize their own inner source of energy and wisdom. How thankful we should be that we have the merit to keep on learning from those wonderful, amazing, inspiring books. We haven't read 7 lines from the introduction. Thank you, Hashem, for allowing us to continue in our faith, in our path to know you. The purpose, the Zohar Kadosh is saying, the purpose of the man in this world is to know him and to recognize him. Ladat oto yitbarach velakir oto yitbarach. To know him, that he is the source of blessing, and to recognize him means not only in your mind, also in your life experience, to recognize, oh, it's him. Now, like I ordered something, oh, I just called someone, I just opened that book, oh, it's him, to recognize his supervision and the fact that he can, in any moment, in any part of your life, always to know he is and he can, and he's supervising and he's ancient and he's renewing the world. It's not like, okay, I need to look, let's see what will happen. That's lack of faith. Let's see what will open. It's lack of faith. You are being lazy now, leaning back, giving control to your fears on your life instead of achieving your goals and making your dreams come true. You want something to happen? Change the world. You don't want to change the world? You want someone else to do it for you? Good night. Go to sleep. Sweet dreams. It will never happen to your will, according to your will. Your will be done when you will nullify your will to the will of the Maker. Only when you will want what that Hashem wants. If, for an example, let's say that you know of a righteous person. Okay, let's say that in your life you met a righteous person. Do you know how precious and important that person should be in your life? Do you know how much you should value him, that he has a part in your life? If you're looking at yourself and you say, like, I'm not even close, like I'm not dedicated as them, I'm not like close to the Maker as them, I don't have their faith, I don't have their wisdom, I don't have, like, okay, so now what's my purpose? Yoshua bin Nun was the servant of Moshe, and he became the next leader that got the merit to bring and enter the people of Israel into the land of Israel. He stopped the sun from moving, traveling, and the moon stopped from traveling in the sky for several hours. They were freeze. only because that he did not move in a breath of a hair from what Moshe told him to do or not to do. Only because of that. The children of Moshe did not have the merit to continue the path of their father. And they were not the leaders of the people of Israel after Moshe, even though that in legacy they were supposed to inherit the crown of leadership. But they did not have the merit of Yoshua bin Nun. And what is written about Yoshua bin Nun? Na'ar lo yamish mina ohel. He held himself as a kid, did not went out from the tent, means from learning for Moshe. And when they're asking, okay, what was he doing in the tent? He was fixing the benches for the students to come, for them to have place to sit according to their importance and their honor. He was fixing the room, he was setting the benches, he would bring cold water, he would bring the books, he would bring pens and papers to everyone to have. He would make sure that the windows are open, the curtains are open wide, that Moshe has everything he needs, that everyone, that's what he was doing. Now, if you know that there are big things that are going on in the world and you can join them and you can be part of them, why in the world that you're going to lose something so big? And yes, I'm talking to you, that you will take that into your considerations and change your life according to that. For you to be brave and dedicate your life to something higher than your fears. And all the things that you desire, that your heart desire, will fall into place and will complete themselves. Because when the Maker will see that you're dedicating your life for him, wouldn't he do more than that for you? Wouldn't you do so much for someone that would do so much for you? So when the Maker sees that you're doing so much for him, of course that all your dreams will come true. And all the answers that you wish to have will be answered in short time, with greater blessing that we can imagine. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, same time, same place, join us. We're going to have a wonderful podcast with Ira Michelson and Rod Bryan, two amazing people, very bright, very talented, very wise, with a lot of life experience, great knowledge about religions and faith, and especially the Holy Judaism that we're discussing day and night. And may the Maker bring comfort and happiness into our hearts, confident in ourselves and faith in ourselves, that our self-esteem will rise to the highest level of them all, and that we will never, ever doubt ourselves. We're here on a mission, like the stars in their trails. The Maker of the universe sent us here to shine as well. Walk your path, walk your journey, do your things, do your job, and believe that the Maker is with you and for a purpose. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.